This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. Had a few sound issues going on there, but finally got Mr. Dave Allen on. How are you, Dave?
I'm very well, mate. How are you?
Have you had your haircut?
No, not my haircut on.
You and Danny have actually got the same hair, haven't you?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, obviously, when I was his age, my hair was like his, but with age, obviously, my hair's a bit not the same.
Where is
now
it?
Now it's a bit longer. It is a bit curly on top.
Where is he?
He's here now. Got a big job tomorrow, Thursday till Sunday. He's filling the grano, I fill the sand. So we're not allowed on the mixer yet, but hopefully in time I'll be able to get on the mix on the barrier and that. I don't think I'll ever get to lay it down, but I'm hopeful I'll get to, I'll get to push the wheelbarrow and stuff. I hope so.
So are you currently like working?
Yeah, working. We've got a job Thursday to Sunday. Then after that, it just depends whenever something else comes up. So,
are you working?
Pardon?
Are you working for yourself?
Work for Signature Resin Flooring, the best resin flooring in the land. So yeah, I enjoy doing it. You get 6 black buckets, 4 yellow ones. You fill the black ones with grano. You fill the yellow ones with sand. You take them over to the mixer. I'm not allowed to throw them in the mixer yet, but I fill them up. I really enjoy doing it, to be honest. I find it really fulfilling.
Oh, that's brilliant. I mean, you've appeared on about 8 pay-per-view boxing shows in your career, but you're willing to go out there and work. It's brilliant. Fair play to you. I
really enjoy. So honestly, I do the sand by hand. I like getting my hands in. I love there's nothing better than putting your hands in some sand, is there? So I enjoy doing it. Danny wants to buy a car anyway, so.
There is a myth around professional boxers, because I know a lot of professional boxers who have got other jobs and they work. I suppose people will look at you and think you've kind of boxed on many big shows, etc., etc. So you might find it surprising that you have another job, doing whatever, So
if I retired tomorrow, I'd have to go straight into employment. Obviously, up until 18 months, 2 years ago, I was a bad gambler and I lost all my money. So I'd have to through my own fault, I would have to work straight away. But I enjoy doing that job. I'd never want to. If I had £10 million, I'd still do it because I enjoy doing it.
Do you know what? It is a sad fact, though, isn't it, that the majority of the licensed boxers in this country, and if you take out like the Joshua Furies, etc., who earn kind of that kind of money, it ain't what it's perceived to be, is it, financially?
If I was as good as football and I'm at boxing, what would I be? A championship player? I'd be earning between 10 and 20 grand a week, and that's my third biggest purse, my third or fourth biggest purse I've ever made, So it's just different in it. But football, obviously, they bring in more money, I guess, don't they? I think I don't really know. I like filling buckets with sand and that.
It's good. How are you?
No, I'm really good, thank you. Just busy, Obviously, we're doing that. Danny's here. We're just training. Obviously, he's turned professional now. We're training. I might be boxing July, August, so I'm trying to keep on top of my own fitness and keep my weight down. So quite busy, really. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Ticking over, getting through. All good. Is there a view to put you on this Matchroom fight camp?
I mean, I spoke to Eddie. We spoke since then, but I spoke to Eddie and he said, yeah, there'd probably be a spot for you on there. But like all these fights, these shows are going to be fantastic. These shows are going to be better than the shows we're putting on before. 5 fights, all 50-50s. At least 80% of the 5 fights, domestic fights, if not all of them. So we're going to see the best of British fighting the best of British, So I think the show is going to be really, really good.
Obviously, the only if you want to call it a negative element to this, is obviously not fighting in front of a crowd as such.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, for me, 99.9% of boxing shows I watch on the telly anyway. Same with most people. So I think, you know, the fights so far that I think are happening for definite, like Terry Harper and Natasha Jonas, Fabio Wardley, Simon Vallely, Dylan White, Povetkin. You know, there's 3 fights there. And 3 fights are absolutely fantastic fights, you know. So if we can get a few more great domestic fights, it's going to make for some brilliant television, great watching. So as a fan, you know, you could never say it's hard to make positives out of what's going on, but in terms of boxing, the fights are going to get made. It's going to be brilliant, you know. We're going to get to see some fantastic fights, and then towards the back end of the year, I think the big fights will go abroad, but we're going to see some great fights this year.
Are you going to be in a 50-50 fight in one of these shows?
Well, I spoke to Matchroom the other day, and I think what they're doing is they're seeing who wants to fight on these shows, because not everybody wants to fight behind closed doors. So they said, who do you want to box like? And I said, well, who do you think they're going to offer me? And they went, well, you're going to have to have a 50-50. So I said, well, this is what I want to do. I said, I'm happy working on the building site. Like, I'm happy doing whatever. Like, I'm not in a massive rush to box. I'm 28. I'm not in a massive rush. I don't need to box straight away. But I said, give me a minute. So I went on BoxRec. I looked at the ratings. I'm number 10. Now, you look at 11 down. You look at the top 10. You look at the top 5. The top 5 are like world class, aren't they? They're either world champions or they're going to fight Usyk. Dylan White's going to fight Povetkin. They're above. I look at Joyce Gorman and Dubois. They're with Frank Warren. I don't think they're going to fight in Eddie's back garden. So, and the other 2 in the top 10 are David Price and Hughie Fury, and they're both with Eddie and they're both with MTK. I said, well, I'll box either of them 2, you know, because they're good fights. They're great fights for me. Really good fighters. I beat them and do great things for me. And they're good fights. So I said, I'll happily box either of them, you know. Not sure if they're 50-50, but I think they'd be perceived as pretty big fights. So I just said, I'll box either of them. For no other reason than why not? I think they're good fights. Pay good money and we'll do it. So they're the 2 fights that I said to Matchroom. So I'll take either of them. I think they're good fights.
Has you're talking about potential opponents that you could face? Has Mike Tyson been touted as a potential opponent on any of these shows, Dave, or not?
I woke up, 6:15. I needed a toilet, and I got back in bed. And I thought I'll check my phone. So I checked my phone. I had a message off this guy from TalkSport. He went, "You're not 8:30, remember?" And I thought, "Oh God!" So I quickly got up, went downstairs. And these days, when I do interviews and that or whatever, I don't want any backlash from them. I just want to have a nice, quiet life. Like, I used to say certain things like to you and to others, just to try and, you know, get my name out there a little bit. I never want to try and initiate any kinds of drama, but you know what I mean? Get yourself a few headlines and get yourself a little bit more in the public eye. And then hopefully, even if you say negative things, you know, you be yourself and hopefully you win people over, you know, over time. But anyway, so I'm on the thing. I have no intention of saying nothing. So we're going to discuss fighting behind closed doors. What you think? Like, basically, that's it. What you think about Eddie's back garden ideas? So anyway, I'm on the phone. So yeah, the great idea. I think if anyone can do it, Matchroom can do it. They're the leaders at the minute. Eddie will do it. Like, it's safe to box on the shows, because if Eddie was going to put a show on, there's no way it wouldn't be safe and all this anyway. So I think, yeah, it's going fantastically well. I'm speaking well. Nobody's getting offended. And then he said, what do you think about Mike Tyson boxing again? And I said, well, I don't think he should box. And I think if he boxed, I would beat him. And I was being very self-deprecating. A lot of people would just say, well, he won't beat me. But I didn't say he wouldn't beat me. I said, he wouldn't even beat me, so that's why he shouldn't box. Do you know what I mean? Meaning, he's a massive legend. He loses to me a million times a fighter I could ever dream of being. So he shouldn't fight, because he wouldn't even beat me. He wouldn't even beat me, with the words I use. Anyway, so I thought that's a really nice thing to say. I don't want to see him box. He's a legend. I don't want to see him come back. He was shot. He lost to Kevin McBride 16 years ago. He shouldn't come back now. So I thought, yeah, I'm being respectful, but I'm still getting my point across that I hope he stays retired, because nobody wants to see him fight. Even exhibitions, I don't want to see it. When you're in your 50s, you had a lot of damage like he has, and he's had a mad. His autobiography is probably my favourite I've ever read. He had a crazy life. I don't want to see him get it. Anyway, Didn't think anything of it. got off the phone, did some training, got a shower, went back in bed. I woke up, BT put something on saying the quote that I said. I didn't think anything of it. I thought, right. Anyway, so I got a text off from mate, and people were going mad about this Mike Tyson thing. I said, what are you talking about? And then everyone's saying that you're a dickhead, saying that you think you beat Mike Tyson. I went, what are you talking about? Honestly, I had no idea it would cause any kind. I thought what I said was just common sense. And I didn't even mean it. Everyone's saying, oh, you're trying to get the Mike Tyson fight. I'm not. I'm really not. Do you know what I mean? All I've meant was he shouldn't box again. I don't want to see him box again. I try not to remember him. I try to remember him from the late 80s. I don't even want to remember him from the 90s. Never mind 2020. It's crazy. So, and I realised I won't last 2 minutes with him from the 80s and even the 90s, even the mid to late 90s. He beat me. But what I said was just common sense. And I said it as a fan. I wasn't being disrespectful in the slightest. I thought I was being really nice.
Do you know what? It does go to show that how people can perceive things and possibly take things out of context. I read your quotes from it as opposed to listen to anything. And I did, the way I took it was exactly how you're explaining it. Like, you're making a point that you don't even think. It was almost a tongue-in-cheek comment saying, he wouldn't even beat me, he shouldn't. But the point was he shouldn't come back. Not that you're calling him out or you're saying that, you know, specifically around a quote, he wouldn't even beat me. I'm saying that with respect. If you'd said it to me, I probably would have titled it in the same way Dave Allen calls out Mike Tyson. Probably. Right, but I think people listening to that, and if you just, if we use a little bit of common sense, we know that the context in what you're saying and the reason why you said that, it wasn't a call out for Mike Tyson.
No, someone said, oh, it's on Twitter. So I went on Twitter and I was trending on Twitter. So I was like, oh, God. Do you know what I mean? I thought it's not really a big deal at all. But anyway, I'm reading the tweets and there were a few like, oh, why is Dave Allen making it about himself? And I thought, I'm not making it about myself. I thought, I'm literally on the phone. I am me. I'm not going to turn around and go, well, even David Price would beat him or name any British heavyweight. It's just easy just to say me. Because at this point in time in my life, I just don't want to mention anyone's name. I just want to have a nice, quiet life. So when TalkSport ring me for a conversation about Eddie's back garden, it's very easy for me to say what I feel and at the same time not upset anybody. When I'm asked normal questions, I never ever ring TalkSport or ring yourself or ring Rob Tebbett. I don't ring anybody and go, interview me. I don't. I never ever do. Never ever
done that, no.
Never ever. But if anyone ever asked me, whether you're IFL TV or whether you're someone that's got 3 subscribers and gets 6 views, I still do it because it's just nice to do it. So yeah, but Mike Tyson, I mean, if they do want to do it, you know what I mean, then obviously.
How much would you want paying for that?
You know what? For the exhibition with Mike Tyson, I'd do it for free. I'd do an exhibition with Mike Tyson for free. Don't use that as the headline, please. Don't use that as the good.
What?
I don't want to see him box, to be honest. I'm a massive fan of him, and at 53, I just think, I look at my dad at 61. My dad tries to fight everybody at 61, but my dad said to me something really, really interesting about. I think it was after I boxed the Price fight, and I said I wasn't going to box anymore. I don't really want to box, Dad. And he looked at me and he said when I was till I was 35, I was a really good fighter. When I boxed pro, I was a good fighter. But I never realised I was. I didn't think I could fight because I thought I couldn't. Because I looked at the names above me in the British. At one point, he beat Lloyd Christie, who became British champion after. And because I was in and around all them, because I was boxing all the top ones, I wasn't training. And I didn't believe I could beat any of them. I was a kid. So I got to 35, and since I've been 35, he thinks he's Rocky Balboa, thinks he's ready to fight anybody. And he goes, I can't fight anymore. He goes, you realise you can fight too late. Because when you think you can fight, you can't fight anymore. Because you realise in your brain you could fight, and now you can't. So he said, you can't retire now, because you've still got years left in you where you can fight. So that's the same like Mike Tyson, Holyfield, all them. You know, they want to fight now, but it's just not there anymore. The Father Time catches up with everybody. So, you know, Mike Tyson at 20 against me at 20, he battered me. Me at 53 and Mike Tyson at 53, he battered me again. But do you know what I mean? It's great. Time's crazy. So I don't want to see any of these fights. I don't want to see any ex-pros fight each other. I don't want to see any ex-bodybuilders fighting anyone's dad. I don't want to see any of that. Like I said to you last time, I want all lines up. What's the point? I'm getting to a point now where I've got nothing to prove to anybody, and I just wish that everyone would just get along and be nice, because I'm really tired.
Yeah, I mean, the lockdown period has thrown out some bizarre, some unrealistic, some maybe slightly realistic, I don't know, like stories out there that have involved some of the people that you've been talking about there. But
yeah,
I mean, if this lockdown situation hadn't happened, would a lot of this talk have come out? I don't know. Would Mike Tyson still be talking about this? Would Evander Holyfield be talking about this? Would James Toney be talking about this? I mean, I don't know. I'd like to probably think not, and because there's boxing-wise not a lot going on.
No.
That these stories, or maybe they would have. Maybe Mike Tyson would have still said the same things had we not been in this situation. I don't know.
Yeah, like a lot of people, I've got a few messages saying, it's only an exhibition, Dave, you dickhead. I'm like, what are you talking about? What do you mean it's only an exhibition? You're still getting punched in the head. And if he has an exhibition with Evander Holyfield, they're going to be tickling each other, because they won't. They're not the kind of men to start tickling each other, you know what I mean? It's going to be a fucking scrap. So, but like you say, it's a boring time for everybody. And you know what? The fire for fighting went out of me years ago. Do you know what I mean? Before I turned professional, the want to scrap left me a long time ago, you know? So I see all this stuff, and to me is nonsense, because I'm very happy. I'm not really one for hostilities and stuff no longer.
So if you're like in 25 years and you're 50 and you get offered a ridiculous amount of money to do an exhibition, you'd like to think of yourself and not doing that at that time?
Well, there's people who told me in 25 years' time they don't fucking know who I am, which is probably true, and I'd be very happy to do that. I spoke to Jamie Moore last week. I'm going to box till I'm 30, then I'm going to get out. Then I'll do my training. If I do media stuff, but I know when my boxing fighting career is done, my boxing and fighting will be done. Do you know what I mean? There'll be no back in the gym sparring. There'll be none of that stuff. You know, boxing. Yeah, like I said, when I was younger, I was very different to what I am now. But yeah, I don't. I just, you know what I mean?
How old are you?
28 now.
What, so you're going to be boxing for another 2 years?
So I'm 30, yeah. I think, you get I think everyone's going to get one fight this year, max. I think it's going to be one fight max. I don't think I'm going to be staying in Eddie's spare room and scrapping his back garden every week, you know what I mean? So,
Dave, if you're 28 and you're saying you don't want to fight past your 30, I would say there's a very good chance you will be fighting after you're 30.
I won't. Me and Jamie, it's 3 or 4 fights, that's all I'll have. So, and that's why we matched your master and I gave them them names. Just, I've lost 5 out of 25. I'm never going to go down. I'm not going to go down as an all-time great. Just want to make some money, try and get a few wins, maybe pick up a belt and be done with it. When the bell goes, I'm always going to try my best because I'm that way inclined, but I'm not. I'm content. I'm really happy with my life right now. I don't have any dramas. I'm just relaxed and just. I'm just going to bring the next generation of talent through and just get on with my life. Because I mean, when I say when I'm done with boxing, I'll be done with it. I'm very happy done with it. If I'd made a few more quid and I'd have won a belt, I'd be done now. But I haven't, so I have to carry on.
If that's your plan, then fair play to you. I just think we don't really know. Yeah, you're right. With 2020, we don't know what's going to happen and how many times. Like I said, you may fight once this year, and that might be all you get.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's about opportunity and situation. So in 18 months' time, maybe a situation, maybe you go on a winning run, maybe you're in contention to fight for a belt or whatever, and circumstances change, which might change your situation. And you like to think now that when I'm 30, I'm going to call it a day, have 4 more fights. But in 12 months from now, you don't know what your situation is going to be.
Yeah, of course, things can change, but you know, it all depends on what as a person, what I am. I know what I need. You know, I need to make a few quid to the point where I don't have to rely on doing certain things, and I can just, you know, I can go to work. You know, I'll fill buckets for the next 20 years. But I don't want to be in a position where I have to make a few quid. I want to, like my dad and my granddad, I want to win something for them. You know what I mean? I don't want them. I don't want my dad having a what if could have happened with my career like his own. So I'd just like to win something, and then I'll pack in very happily. Honestly, if I'd have won a belt and I had a few more quid, I'd be done now. So, but that's boxing. How many? There'll be thousands of boxers in the same boat as me, just thinking, you know what? I just need a winner to put a few quid in the bank, and a winner to just to put your mind at ease, where people are going to go, yeah, you know what? Yeah, he did well in. So that's all I want. Obviously, I've got Danny, trained a few others, and I'm really content. I'm really happy at the minute, you know what I mean? So that Mike Tyson thing yesterday, I was gutted because I just thought I didn't even mean it like that. So, but it is what it is.
Who calls you a fat fuck?
What on a day-to-day basis? Because there's a few.
No. I meant on social media the other day. I see someone had DM'd you calling you a fat fuck.
Oh God!
They're implying some sexual implications towards Mike Tyson and yourself, which are...
Yeah, I get them all the time. You get some crazy private messages saying, "Oh, I'm gonna come and bat you and all this," and I just think you're very welcome to come and try. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not an aggressive man by nature, but I think, do you know what I mean? They need to bring the fucking dinner here, and about 10 of them ate, because I'd eat the fucking ears off. But anyway, yeah, they don't really irritate me too much. So I just, you know what I mean? I just try so hard these days just to try and keep on a nice even keel and be happy, because, but you know, in years gone by, I've caused a lot of my own problems doing certain silly things and whatever else. So these days, it's just easy just to try and be nice, and I'm just trying to spread a positive message now that, you know, we can be nice, even though it's not always easy.
Be kind. It's not. That isn't.
It's not always easy to be kind, because there's some fucking idiots out there.
No,
we've got to try.
Yeah,
got to try and be nice.
But in general, if you're left alone, then just...
Yeah, I'm trying to live a much quieter, easier life now. I'm trying. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, for the most part, it's nice. I'm left alone. It's nice. You know, and obviously, I do interviews like this, and like I said, in years gone by, I'd say silly things, and I always, in years gone by, the things I said that I regret and wish I never said, but I said them. I wouldn't have said and done certain things. I wouldn't have put pants down me. I wouldn't put socks down my pants. Or I wouldn't have done things like that. I wouldn't be sat here now talking to you and stuff like that. So I don't regret anything, but at the same time, it's things I probably wish I wouldn't have done.
Well, I'm very grateful you put socks down your pants, to be honest. So thanks for that. And I hope before you retire, if you're 30 or not, or whatever you are, that you will repeat that feat. Maybe
when I box Tyson, I'll do it when I box Mike Tyson in a 4-round exhibition. I'll do it again.
Baffle Tyson with 4 socks down your pants.
Yeah, I'm open. I'm open to anything. I'm open. The exhibition. Oh, went off that. Yeah, you know, if Mike Tyson somehow sees that and wants to say hello to me, I'd love that. You know what I mean? big fan, so I love it. But that wasn't my intention. But if it does prick his ears up, then you know.
So just to clarify, Dave Allen, you were not calling Mike Tyson out. You were just
no.
You were backing up a point.
I was answering a question, and I was just trying to do it in a really nice fashion. Honestly, when you know, like when they're introducing you on the radio, and you're there on the phone, you got it on loudspeaker, and I was just thinking, all right, just saying to myself, be nice, right? Desk anything, just flirt around any stuff like you're not sure about, you know, just skirt around it. So, and I was putting my massive foot in it, didn't I, just by accident? But I'm not really bothered because what I said was the truth, and what I said was my opinion and what I believed to be the truth. So, it is what it is.
All right, Dave, I'll let you get on with your day. Appreciate your time this Wednesday morning. It's going to be very.
And don't caption this. I will fight Mike Tyson for free, please.
No, this is a little bit of damage control, isn't it? So I'm not going to.
Ain't damage control. I'll tell you something else. What I said was true and all. What I said was true. He shouldn't be boxing because he would lose to someone like me, which is very sad considering one of the greatest fighters of all time.
I'm going to label this video Prime Mike Tyson versus Prime Dave Allen. Who wins and why?
Well, that's all right. I don't mind
that. Dave, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. And, yeah, hopefully we'll catch up with you soon. I hope you and Danny are safe. And
thank you very much.
All good.
Thank you very much. I'll speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon.
Bye, mate.